YouTube, Quinn Way coming to y'all with that basketball analysis on Analysis Playground and on YouTube. We're going to talk about JJ Redick securing the job with the Los Angeles Lakers. This is breaking news, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it, but I feel that this is a great opportunity, for JJ Redick. You got an aggressive franchise that will do whatever it takes to win, in the NBA. They would trade their future for a guy like AD just to win a title. They'll put themselves in position to sign a LeBron James, which led to a title. And they also love being contenders. They're up there with the Celtics, just not enough to be better than the Celtics, in my personal opinion. But I still got to look at this realistically. This is a move where we don't really know. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Ime, where you taking a guy that a lot of people vouch for, a lot of people seen the work, a lot of people seen the results, a lot of people seen, what he was talking about when it comes to personality and when it comes to being able to get on guys' good side and being able to communicate with these guys respectfully, because he already earned it and he already has a relationship with guys and they respect those type of guys, and that's why people prefer the player coaches like a Redick or a Ime over guys that had to take the long way. But it is something quick. I would say they couldn't really get the guy they really wanted to get, so they ended up getting another guy that was a candidate. Obviously, he has to get his coaching staff ready. He's going to be prepared. He's a professional. He has a good way of communicating, face to face, and asking people, legit questions that could be problem solvers, can be helping them make better decisions on and off the court to impact their games when it comes to being ready. And I feel like that's what you need a coach to do, to lay a foundation of, this is what I expect from you guys, this is what I want from you guys, this is what I need from you guys, and I need you to pay attention. And if you're not, let me pull you to the side man to man and tell you, I don't want you out of here. I don't want you going. I want you playing the role that I have for you. And I feel like he has the best way to do it, for all these other candidates. All these other candidates, they've been through the storms. They've been through, a lot of fire, and they getting a little exhausted with the turmoil of being a coach. And he just comes in with a breath of fresh air with that smile of, I'm ready to, embark on this adventure. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm willing to give my all, because he has no backside, to this deal, because you're just experimenting at this point, and what coaches don't. We have to have open eyes and open minds when it comes to being an NBA coach, so that way we can stay ahead of competition. And it's the same thing with Joe Mazzulla. Like, a lot of people say, you lost Ime for Joe Mazzulla, and a lot of people thought I was crazy for riding for Joe Mazzulla, and he ends up winning a championship because he has a great relationship and a great understanding of what's needed of him, and he can get that across to players, and he can get guys to perform, and he can put them in position to perform. And that's elite level coaching when you can do it successfully. And it's not easy. Like, guys are always going to have ego, they're going to have a little pride, they're going to have a little stubbornness, and can you mend that enough to be able to get the best out of them too as superstars? And we know that they can relate to the other guys business wise, is what the GM is going to do, and now I just need to focus on how I can get the best out of you on the court. And I feel like JJ Redick makes a lot of sense for what I done seen, to go in that direction, because that's what you need for the younger players. That's what you need, to hear when you're already established player in this league, and they have a mix of that on this roster. Plus, this is a team that has a lot of talent. They can get themselves out of holes. They can get themselves out of other, messes, because of the talent that they have amassed on this team. And, you never know what's going to happen with LeBron. He said this is going to be his last year. That would be a huge contract to fall and put them in a different position and put them in a new era. Obviously, this team has been coached by Darvin Ham. They've been coached by Frank Vogel. Within, 5 years, showing you how easy it is to get fired, how easy it is for teams to give up on you if you're not sending the right messages and you're not doing the right things. And I feel like JJ already understands that. He hears it, he sees it, he knows it. He knows that even when he signs that dotted line, that he had to put some insurance on there. I just want to know how confident you guys are really into me being the coach of this team. And I feel like that's one of the best things to know, is that these guys really want to be great, and you can put them in those positions to succeed. And I feel like he has the best way of doing it for all the coaches available. A lot of them just a little tired. They losing their voices in the locker room. They're losing their style in the locker room. Some players have outgrown it. Some guys don't relate to it. Some guys just don't have the proper understanding that they need from some of these coaches. And it maybe it's just time for a new era of coaches, and that's what we're seeing. The younger ones are relatable and they're understanding more, and that's what the league needs in this modern era of basketball in this generation. And if that's the case, they have one of those guys, and JJ Redick, that fits the mold of, even if we do want to get rid of you, you're young enough to stay in and get us over the hump a little bit until we figure out the next guy, or you can put us in position, to where we can figure it out easier. And that's the purpose of being a watcher as a broadcaster or as a podcaster, is that everything you need to know as an advantage to make yourself look good. And the Lakers' job is only to look good. Obviously, it doesn't work that way realistically, but that's the thought that you got to have if you want to be a championship team each and every year, or at least a contender. And it's just an interesting signing, knowing that this is what most teams are looking for. And that's why it makes the most sense. Like, we can't get the older guy that uses the wisdom and uses the guidance. Some of these guys are using those quick paths to gather that information faster, so that way they understand what role they need to take to be a head coach. And that's why you're seeing them get younger and younger again, because those are the guys that's relatable. But other than that, I think this is a great move. You don't have anything to lose. You don't have anything, really to gain out of it. You just want to try and see if this guy really can do what you believe that he can do, and just give him a chance and opportunity. And if you JJ Redick, this is something that you was interested in. You felt like you can do it. You felt like, here's the opportunity, here's the chance, to be a regular coach, and get the power and have the ability, to make your own identity, to make your own legacy as a head coach. And you need to first get a job to show that you can do it. It makes your resume look better. It makes you look better, even if it don't turn out right way, just like an Ime Udoka. Or you can always be a Joe Mazzulla or Eris Spoelstra, where you keep the spot just because you're the best guy for the spot, and you prove it, and then you want to work as hard as you can to continue to prove it, and you continue to push your teammates. Continue to push your team, in order for them to win and be in the best position each year. And then you just get this longevity award of being the most prepared, being the hardest working coach that you can be, and always having your team where they need to be offensively and defensively, whether the team is good or not, just draining the best out of that team anyway, so that way they can win under any circumstance. And I think that he has the intellect to do that. It just, can they be patient with him, or are they going to, ask for drastic results? I say the Lakers are always in chaos. They is always in turmoil if they're not doing, championship things. And that's the pedigree that they want. That's the everything I always hear out of that organization each year when the offseason come around. And it even went crazy just last week when they couldn't get the guy they actually wanted. And then they said, well, JJ Redick is actually one of them too. We only can get one. You know what I mean? But we got one of them that we actually wanted. And it reminded me of the Vogel situation, where he was one of them that you wanted, then you bring him in, and then you win the title anyway. And then you would say, well, we didn't regret bringing in Frank Vogel because we got it done. And he had his own philosophy how to play defense, his own philosophy how to do offense, and they had the personnel to get it done. And Rob Pelinka shows that he's not scared to push the button. He's not scared to let guys go over his term of being, a GM. And I feel like him signing JJ Redick, they have that proper understanding. And by JJ being a more calmer, cooler guy, they can always communicate that way. And it makes his job easier, too, as a GM when he's making moves and talking it over with JJ as they put him inside the roster, so he can mess with them, too, and try to get the best out of them to get them back on the championship level. But as a Celtics fan, I'm not really crazy over it. It just reminds me of a little Mazzulla, a little Spoelstra, a guy that's unknown, trying to make his name a little bit on a coaching level and trying to get his reps in, trying to get his respect. and trying to, grow it as far as he can as a man and as a person and as a guy that's going to be doing a lot of teaching. I like what I seen. It's a worthy gamble. You only going for 32 million. You don't have to go too long term on this. You just need somebody that you feel can be great for the job and figure out the rest later with or without him. We said the same thing with Bernie Bickerstaff. He did it with the Cavs. They made the playoffs multiple seasons. They was interesting. They have young talent. They relatable to him, and he was just that guy to be there as long as you needed him to be, till you can find that next guy that you feel that can get you over the hump. Like a Steve Kerr, people feel like he was the guy to get them over the hump. And his coaches like that still around. You just gotta, lure them in and show you that things change or things are different, and then we can go with those guys. Or maybe JJ Redick grows into becoming that Joe Mazzulla or that irresponsible role that I'm the guy. I'm going to keep working at it. I'm going to be the franchise best coach, that I can be for a long period of time, because I'm the guy that's always doing the most, and I'm the guy that's already, established in what I need to do for this team to be great and special. And I feel like he can be one of those guys for his next team or this team. It just, the Lakers have so high of a standard that it's hard to see him there the long way, 5 to 10 years later. But at least you get your feet wet. At least you get, the position felt is not that much different than being a broadcaster. Some people, but demanding people greatness is, and demanding people to, relate to you and to get the message across is tough. But they feel like JJ is that guy. They feel like that he can do it. Who am I to say that he can't? We had Ime and Joe Mazzulla in Boston. They're both young coaches, and they both are head coaches still, and they just trying to show you that they can do it too, and they just do it in their own way. So we'll see what happens ultimately. We'll see what actually transpires with JJ Redick, but it's a good start. You have, some decent talent. You have a situation where you should be winning right away, and you have a team that is not. You have a team that's not scared to put the talent around. Whatever you need to get you to winning. It's just about, can you win? Can you reach out to these guys and get the message across? Can you get the job done? And can you do it at an elite level? And that's just going to be a testament to how good JJ Redick actually is, going in this coaching direction. And we just have to wait and see. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell so you can get more of that analysis right to your phone or right to your computer, and you can watch it and enjoy what I love making and love doing, just like the coaching spot for JJ Redick.